Team USA just dropped their selection pool roster, and the basketball world is absolutely losing it. Caitlin Clark isn't just on the list. She's been named a starter for the December camp at Duke. But here's the part that has Geno Auriemma seeing red. Paige Bueckers, his golden girl from UConn, is riding the bench. After years of Geno dismissing Clark, calling her fans delusional, and insisting she wasn't ready for elite basketball, USA Basketball just proved him spectacularly wrong. The same coach who snubbed Clark when she wanted to play at UConn is now watching her take center stage on the national team. If you support Caitlin, comment, "Let's go CC," in the comments below. When USA Basketball released its 18-player selection pool roster for the December training camp at Duke, the basketball community buzzed immediately. The roster looked pretty standard at first glance. Your expected veterans like Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young mixed with rising stars. But then people started looking more closely at the starter designations. That's when everything exploded. Caitlin Clark didn't just make the roster. She was handed a starting position for the December camp. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers found herself listed as a bench player. Let that sink in. The player Geno Auriemma has been pushing as the future face of women's basketball is sitting behind Clark on the depth chart. Sue Bird and Kara Lawson are now running USA Basketball's future. Bird stepped into her new role as managing director, while Lawson took over as head coach. Together, they made their priorities crystal clear with this roster announcement. They're building toward the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, and Caitlin Clark is their centerpiece. Social media went absolutely wild when people realized what had happened. Clark's fans celebrated like they'd just won the lottery. For years, they'd watched their favorite player get dismissed and doubted. And now, USA Basketball was putting her in a starting role over the player everyone had been told was supposed to be the chosen one. Geno Auriemma's camp went completely silent. Not a single comment came from UConn after the announcement dropped. This is the same program that spent years promoting Paige Bueckers as the next superstar, the player they said would take over women's basketball. Now, she's fighting for minutes behind someone Geno once claimed wasn't ready for elite competition. The timing makes this moment even more significant. This camp represents USA Basketball's first real look at building their 2026 and 2028 rosters, evaluating players who could carry the program for the next 4 years. Clark getting starter treatment makes it clear exactly where their priorities lie. Stephanie White's inclusion as a court coach adds another layer to the story. White coached Clark with the Indiana Fever and knows exactly how to maximize her impact. She'll be working directly under Kara Lawson during the camp. The Indiana connection runs deep here. Aaliyah Boston also made the roster, giving Clark a teammate she already has chemistry with. The roster includes first-time invitees like Angel Reese and Guji Watkins, but Clark's starter status sets her apart from everyone else making their debuts. USA Basketball is treating her like a proven commodity, rather than someone who needs to earn her spot. Lawson personally selected the court coaching staff, which includes Natalie Nakazi and Nate Tibbetts alongside White. This group will be evaluating talent for USA Basketball's most important competitions. They're not just looking at individual skills, they're building a system around players they believe can deliver gold medals. The 2026 World Cup represents USA Basketball's chance for a 5th consecutive title. The 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles need a face for the sport, someone who can bring crossover appeal and global recognition. Clark brings exactly that kind of star power. Clark's supporters have been waiting for this moment for years. They watched her break records at Iowa, while critics questioned the level of her competition. They saw her dominate her WNBA rookie season, breaking 62 records along the way, while people said she wasn't ready. Now, USA Basketball is validating everything they believed about her potential. This roster announcement represents far more than just player evaluations. USA Basketball is making a statement about its future direction, choosing star power and proven results over old loyalties and predetermined narratives. Clark's starter status proves that talent eventually wins over politics. The December camp at Duke will give Clark her first chance to prove she belongs at this level. But USA Basketball already seems convinced. They're betting their future on her ability to deliver when it matters most. The relationship between Geno Auriemma and Caitlin Clark started long before anyone knew how special she would become. During her high school recruitment, Clark wanted to play for UConn. a program that had dominated women's basketball for decades. But Geno didn't offer her a scholarship. He passed on her completely. Clark ended up choosing Iowa, where she would go on to shatter every record imaginable. While Clark was breaking scoring records and selling out arenas at Iowa, Geno made his opinions about her future very clear. Geno Auriemma questioned whether Caitlin Clark's skills would work at the professional level. He claimed she wasn't built for the physicality of the WNBA, and painted a picture of a player who might dominate college basketball, but would struggle against bigger, faster, and more aggressive defenders. The most telling moment came when he spoke about Clark's fans, calling them delusional for believing she could make an immediate impact. According to Geno, these supporters disrespected WNBA players by thinking Clark could tear the league apart. Those so-called delusional fans predicted Clark would finish top 5 in MVP voting during her rookie season, an idea many experts laughed at. But Clark went out and averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016. She finished 4th in MVP voting, proving every one of her fans right. The contrast with how Geno treated Paige Bueckers tells the whole story. Bueckers received immediate praise and recognition from the old guard of women's basketball, crowned the next superstar, before even stepping on a WNBA court. Clark, meanwhile, had to earn respect at every level. She broke college scoring records, led Iowa to back-to-back championship game appearances, and dominated her rookie WNBA season, all while facing relentless skepticism. After Clark's remarkable rookie season, Geno's tune shifted completely. He suddenly called her a game-changer and an incredible phenomenon, acknowledging her leadership and competitiveness. Yet, he never admitted his original predictions were wrong, or that bias had clouded his judgment. He quietly shifted his public stance, hoping people would forget. Every prediction Geno made about Clark failing has been proven spectacularly wrong. Her skills translated seamlessly to the professional level. She handled the physicality perfectly, and her fans weren't delusional. They saw something special that the old guard missed. Now, USA Basketball's new leadership is making its priorities crystal clear. Sue Bird and Kara Lawson trust Clark enough to make her a starter, while Bueckers sits on the bench. They're betting on proven results over predetermined narratives. Bird and Lawson didn't randomly pick Clark. They designed their entire approach to maximize her unique skills. Bird, as managing director, and Lawson, as head coach, are building a 4-year plan leading to Berlin 2026 and Los Angeles 2028. The December camp at Duke represents far more than player evaluations. It's a statement about the program's future. Stephanie White, who coached Clark with the Indiana Fever, joins Lawson as a court coach alongside Natalie Nakazi and Nate Tibbetts. White knows Clark's game better than almost anyone, and helped transform the Fever from a struggling franchise into a playoff team. Now, she will help Clark have the same impact on the international stage. Clark's chemistry with Aaliyah Boston adds another advantage. They already know each other's games intimately, eliminating the adjustment period most international teams face. International rules favor Clark's style even more than the WNBA. The three-point line is closer, the lane is wider, and her passing angles open up. Lawson's tempo and spacing philosophy fits perfectly with Clark's strengths, allowing her to create scoring opportunities and push the pace like no one else. Her basketball IQ ensures she can adjust to different officiating and tactical styles seamlessly. Clark's influence extends beyond the court. She brings global recognition and star power, driving television ratings and ticket sales. For the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, USA Basketball needs exactly that kind of impact, a player who can elevate the sport worldwide. The roster also features veterans like Brittany Griner, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young. But Clark's starter status signals where the program is headed. USA Basketball isn't just trying to win the next tournament. They're building sustained success over the next 4 years. By 2028, Clark will be 26, entering her prime with 4 years of international experience. Lawson's coaching philosophy emphasizes faster, smarter basketball. Clark fits it perfectly, able to slow the game down to pick apart defenses, or push tempo to create fast breaks others can't match. Her skills translate immediately to international play, and her shooting range and passing ability give her an advantage on the wider court. Geno's frustration makes sense. His influence was bypassed, and the program chose to build around the player he dismissed rather than the one he promoted. Bird and Lawson send a clear message. They trust Clark to deliver gold medals and transform women's basketball globally. Caitlin Clark's starter status represents the ultimate vindication against years of bias and dismissal. The December camp at Duke is her coming-out party on the global stage, proving to the world what her supporters have known all along. Her skills translate perfectly to international basketball. Her leadership drives teams to new heights, and the path to 2026 and 2028 runs directly through her. USA Basketball chose talent over politics. They chose proven results over predetermined favorites. For Fever fans and Clark supporters everywhere, this moment validates everything they believed about her potential. If you support Caitlin, comment, "Let's go CC" in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.